Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Thank you, everyone, right there for your time with us. I appreciate you all. Please help us to press on that like button, help us to share as well. Mr. Alex, please, I'd like you to talk to us, my brother.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najaosh. I greet you. Thank you for the great work. My fellow panelists and those on the comment section, I say greetings to you. We say Bobo Lobuna, the voice of the people is the voice of God. So Aluta Continua, Victoria Seta, we continue to press forward. Let me start with Seun Kuti. I don't like talking about him. I'm not his fan at all. I'm not his. I don't like his mindset. I like his father's legacy, but the guy sometimes I don't agree with him in total. So for me, he was quick to jump at Binance and the crankum surrounding the Binance and the federal government. Was Shehu not alive when Tinubu was borrowing money left, right, and center? Was he not alive when they were buying one car for 160 million naira for National Assembly members? I'm not supporting Binance, but they pick things to talk about. Was Shehu not alive when they were, allocating 9 billion or 6 billion to the office of the First Lady, which does not exist in the Nigerian Constitution? Was Shehu not alive over 6 months now with the financial rascality of the Tinubu administration? They borrowed money, billions of dollars. Why did he not talk about that? When they were, looting the shops of Igbos in Lagos, the killings and everything. When there was, burning down shops, was he not alive? So I don't like it when people are selective. It picks things to talk about. If you want to go against a government, don't come and tell me I'm not saying Tinubu is not innocent. Tinubu is innocent. Those were his words. I'm not saying Tinubu is innocent. I'm not. What is that for? Who are you deluding? Who are you deceiving? Your father was not like this. Your father spoke against the high and the mighty. He spoke for the poor people. Your grandmother was a great mother of the country, the mother of democracy, universal adult suffrage. Fumilayo Ramsey-Koti. She led the protests for both women and men to vote. It was only men that were voting those days. We call it universal adult suffrage, the right of everybody to vote, so long you are more than 18. Your mother started it. They didn't pick they didn't select. Obasanjo was in power, Yoruba man. Your father is a Yoruba man. He spoke against Obasanjo's government. Obasanjo Anabiola, international thief, international rogue, ITT, international thief. That's your father's message. Call them out for who they are, in spite of their Yoruba oneness. Your father and Soyinka were also enemies. He never agreed with all this teacher, teach me, all this book and all those things. He said it's a fraud. Who be teacher? I would like to know. Who be teacher? These are your philosophies. Speaking for the poor, speaking for the general public. So I don't know where you got your selective judgments. You are quick to condemn Binance. You are alive when the 30,000 naira is the minimum wage of Nigerians under Tinubu's government. You are alive when Beavers was switched off. When Lagos was on fire, you were alive. You never condemn all those things. So sorry if you are listening to me, I'm not your fan, and I will never be your fan until you change your ways. So I just feel we should just ignore that guy. He's a youth, he's basking on youthful exuberance, standing on his father's legacy, but he's not doing it well at all. Comes online and say unnecessary things. What about addressing government the way it ought to be, the way your father did it? Address them. Talk about the insecurity. Talk about the killings. Talk about Nnamdi Kanu's justice. Talk about restructuring. Talk about, electricity. Talk about what Alex Oti is doing. Talk about the general darkness and the fraud in the power supply, ministry. Talk about what is going on. The National Assembly, the lies upon lies they talk about every day, every month, every 4 years, every 8 years. This were the fight of your father. Your father did not know Igbo, he did not know Yoruba, he did not know Bini. He spoke truth to power. So I don't know where you got your selective mindset of judgment from. It's just a shame. Obviously, one way or the other, you are benefiting from the government in power. So you are careful. So this is not the Fela Kuti legacy. So I say kabuturi jetamenta to your assertions, to your postulations, to your vabagogigo, repartee. I say kabuturi jetamenta to it. Your father was not scared of those at Martin Onipo, even in the height of the military government. Do you know what is military? His house was burnt down. His mother was pushed from a story building and she lost her life from injuries from that incident, from that saga, from that malodorous saga. So we are not stupid. We know we can read in between the lines, especially some of us that are historians and social workers or social scientists for donkey years now. So you should go back and read about your father and his ways for the poor. He even formed a party contesting for president. You may not like his lifestyle, but everything he spoke about in Nigeria, about politicians, about leaders, it's the same thing we are fighting against. Your father also advocated for restructuring, division of the country, confederation. Yes, your father hates people suffering. He loved the poor people. He loved the poor. He expressed himself through his music. Lecturers taught us about your father in school. They made examples, references to your father and his struggle for a better country. You dare not speak against military government, but Fela Nicola Bokuti defied all logic, defied all threats, defied all military government, and spoke truth to power. I must say, allegedly, there are insinuations that was what led to his death. That's a great man. May so rest in peace. So I just feel we should always leave this guy alone.
Can you also talk about that stuff? Leave Fela for now.
Please. So yeah. So thank you, Mr. Najawash. Okay. For me, for the guy, the military guy that came up, I don't know him. They always, who is that man? Who is the man? For me, we don't have to know anybody who comes to speak for government. Our military has been pocketed. We know it. Tinubu was busy giving the outgoing service chiefs millions, if not billions of naira, buying them SUVs, giving them parting gifts, and so on and so forth. We don't have a military, gentlemen and ladies. Buhari brought a repentant Boko Haram, people who took people's lives, who raped women, who kidnapped people. People who took over Abuja-Kaduna railway line and said they have repented and incorporated them into the military. That was the death of the Nigerian military, the Nigerian armed forces. It's part of the reasons why Nigeria is where it is today. Yeah, there's no military. That guy was just verbalizing boogaboo that should be poo-pooed by every cosmopolitan homo sapiens. If you think you have a military in this condition of insecurity, you are deceiving yourself. I dare to say, somebody once said that the military are responsible for some of the insecurity problems, allegedly, that we have in Nigeria today. A whole Nigeria, one of the largest infantry on the planet, on the continent. The most respected armed forces on the continent. They went on peacekeeping missions, ECOMOG, in the then Zaire, present-day Congo, during the uprising of Patrice Emery Lumumba, Mobutu Sese Seko, and the rest. Nigeria earned its respects. How come we have military that cannot deal with common internal insecurity? So when insecurity persists more than 24 hours, know that the government in power is involved. I dare to say our military government are working with our politicians to continue to perpetuate insecurity. Because you can't tell me we have a commander-in-chief of armed forces. We have service chiefs. We have all the generals, all the army, all the nomenclatures, military-wise. Fighter jets we bought from America. Our people are still being kidnapped. Our roads are not passable due to kidnappers, banditry, herdsmen, they call them. Fulani herdsmen. That the name was changed to, bandits. A baptismal name was given to them by Buhari. Buhari should be called, like somebody said, Buhari destroyed the economy. Buhari should be picked up. I call for the immediate arrest, as always, of the man that called himself President Buhari, former President Buhari, who is in Daura. He should be picked up. He should be picked up right now. I dare Tinubu's government. I dare this military also, the armed forces. I dare the National Assembly to summon the former president. I think, we are hearing from Gowon right now. They should invite Buhari immediately for questioning over the 1.1 million lives lost under his government to insecurity, banditry, and kidnapping. So, Buhari destroyed the economy, Buhari destroyed the country. That's the language everybody is saying. Oshomole said it, all of them are saying it. Well, Buhari, is he a ghost? Or is Buhari really alive? It's a question I'm asking. If he is alive, why is his name ringing and he's not being arrested? For the destruction of the economy under the Nigerian constitution is treasonable felony, crime against the states. Where are those Supreme Court judges that delivered the case of Abuja? If Abuja is a state or not a state, 25% under the obedience, the Obi saga or the Obi gates, the election Obi gates. They should come and deliver this judgment about Buhari destroying the country. Is that not felony? Isn't it a treasonable felony? So I still feel it's not a country. It's a gang of people doing business together, rotating power among themselves, masturbating themselves in the corridors of power. And the people must wake up, stand up, and demand for their land. That's the only way out. Because what we are saying is just a continuation of, what we've repeated over and over again from all quarters. If anybody wants to talk about Nigeria now, Buhari destroyed the country. APC destroyed the country. Who is APC? Who brought Buhari? Who is Tinubu now? Which party is he working on? The same APC. So we should just know that it's a mess. It's a complete mess, Mr. Najawash. And I want you to know something. It will only get worse. Forget about people who are chasing Biru the change. They say is one of the causes why the binance. Fix your refinery. Fix your refinery. This is a way to grow economy. Open up the seaports in other parts of the country. Encourage production. There is Biru the change in every country. They call it exchange. Biru means official way of doing things or bureaucracy. Biru as official. It's normal thing to have Biru the change across the globe. So have an idea to fix the country by producing something. If you're not producing, you're running after malams, you're running after Binance, you're just chasing boogaboo. It will not stand. So Nigeria, thank you. I'm still here. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Saying that you guys are the number one.